everyone, today's video is going to be quite different. I'm going to be doing a live reaction to Apple's keynote event. I have not seen it yet. We're expected to see a new iPad, a new Apple Watch, and if the rumors are right, maybe even a new iPhone 12. So we're going to go ahead and watch that first, and then afterwards I'll come back here and do a review where I'll go over the announcement and what Apple has announced and give you my final thoughts. So it's a new format for me. Let's try this, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's go ahead and watch this thing. I can't believe we need this in 2020. Show us the new Apple Watch. They're nice. I think that's the heart rate tracker. That's a nice font.
Series 6 is our most colorful lineup ever. There's a new blue aluminum case.
I like the blue. I also like yellow gold. A lot of people prefer rose gold. I like yellow gold. The red's nice.
Series 6 is packed with incredible technology, including a new health sensor that enables an amazing new capability.
Oh, there's the blood oxygen level. That's crazy. The new Apple processor.
It includes a high-performance dual-core processor based on the A13 Bionic in iPhone 11, but optimized for Apple Watch.
That's faster than some people's laptops. These transitions are just crazy. I'm way too unfit. I wouldn't even make it that far. Like, I'd be a very different video if it was me climbing that. I'd be like, no, hun, not today. Sorry, not doing this, sweetie. Sorry. If I got to the top of that, I'd actually need a helicopter to be rescued.
Now let's talk about watch faces.
It's like a sports watch.
Classic racing watches.
That's really nice. That's nice. Those are very pretty. I wouldn't be into that. I'm not into the emojis on my Apple Watch. That's nice. That's nice. I mean, it's gotta represent.
So if you're into surfing,
could never be me. Oh wow, that's actually a great idea.
There's a watch face for
She's like, not doing this today, sorry, sweetie. I really love the Hermes bands, but I'm so afraid of buying one. And then Apple changing the strap design, like it's useless. Oh wow, I like that.
Solo Loop is stretchable, so you can easily slip it on and off your wrist. It looks great and it's durable.
You know, that technology has existed for a while because people use this material for very different purposes. No, this is a PG video. Those are very nice. Again, I like the blue. The grey's nice. I don't like that. Oh, I love an Hermes watch. I love the double tour. That's a very feminine. I don't think I'd be able to wear that one. 5 GHz Wi-Fi. You love to see it. See my router review about my Wi-Fi problems. Like, I wonder if you can use this feature. Oh, look at her. She is like, I had trust in her. I'm tracking her on my app on my iPhone. Oh, look, there she is. She do be tracking you. And look, the poor kid doesn't know. She just thinks she's getting a good workout. Damn it, no one from Ireland. We're always the last.
At a more affordable price.
Oh wow, I could be interested.
Apple Watch SE.
What's the compromise? The difference is really better not be the health stuff. Like, I would prefer a less quality display if it had like the blood oxygen, the heart rate stuff.
I think Apple Watch SE will be the perfect watch for many new customers.
I think they compromised on the wrong things. I mean, I just pay for that. I mean, that $130 extra gets you the features you really want. I like her suit. Oh, wow. That is very cool.
We are removing the USB power adapter from Apple Watch. We're also helping our Apple Watch.
What if I don't have an Apple Watch? Whoa. I understand the iPhone charger, but I don't own an Apple Watch charger thing. So that's extra. You're not a popular product, Apple Watch. You're not an iPhone.
Well, you should probably find a quieter place, sir.
You should probably mind your own business.
Very fun. How much money did Nike pay to get product placement for this? I aspire for the fitness that Apple represents in these videos. I'm tired watching these people. Oh, whoa. Wow, okay, because I pay for Les Mis. This is very much like Les Mis, but it has a nicer interface than the Les Mis app, which I use. This could be really competitive, depending on the price of this service. If I cancelled my Les Mis and I got an Apple Watch, I could totally see this working out for me. Although, off the record, I don't know if I'd be able to watch American trainers. The one thing I really like about Les Mis is that they're all Australian. And like, Australian and Irish people were very kind of similar in terms of our humour and our type of like ways of looking at things, which you can see in the workout videos. Yes, he do be me.
Price is $9.99 per month or just $79.90.
Yeah, that's competitive. Look at us go! Ireland represent!
Apple One gives
Ooh.
you.
I'll just get Apple One then. Oh, I got iCloud storage. I use Apple Music. I actually still get access to the student discount, and I get Apple TV for free. I haven't done Apple Arcade yet. Wow. If I could swap arcade for fitness, I'd be super into that.
I love my iPad because it is such an
Oh, a new iPad. You can tell that they're on digital backgrounds. I'm sure the number is much higher for Apple Watch, which makes the whole idea of getting rid of the charger really weird. It's so affordable, it's so good, it's so fast, it gives you everything you want. The basic iPad is great for a lot of people. Like, it might be Apple's best value thing they sell to anyone. Nice upgrade from the A10. I think the combo keyboard trackpad with the basic iPad is super competitive for students, particularly with this new processor, 100%. Notability shook. I used Notability so much in my final year of college. It was a lifesaver, because if you ever go into lectures really tired, and you're half asleep and you're just kind of scribbling down these notes, having the voiceover of your lecturer talking and then explaining what you're writing was so useful. I don't use Apple Maps, so. Oh, they should have brought Apple Pencil too. You love to see it. I think that and the Logitech Folio keyboard is like just so competitive against those cheap Windows laptops. What's iPad Air getting? The rumors said it would get the iPad Pro design. Oh, wow. I love the colors. That's what I hate about the Pro Apple devices. They're so boring. It's always silver and space gray. I love gold. I'd love a gold iPad. I'd love a gold MacBook Pro. I'd love a gold iMac. So this gold iPad Air looks pretty nice to me. And it supports Apple Pencil too. That's very nice. Why would you get an iPad Pro then? This honestly has everything that I'd want from an iPad. I mean, I don't push my iPad Pro to its limit. Oh, so there's no Face ID on this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm always using my iPad in bed, and I'm always like lying on a pillow on my side. So Face ID would never work properly there anyway, so I actually would prefer the Touch ID. Surprisingly, I think the one place I'd like it the most would be my computer, which Apple doesn't have Face ID on the computer. Because I love Windows Hello. Look at that Mac Pro on the floor.
5-nanometer
Wow.
process technology.
Guys, scan the room for new Apple products. Very nice. Release Final Cut Pro for the iPad, you cowards. That's amazing. Zoom and enhance, baby. We're gonna be able to solve so many crimes with this new machine learning.
Another great feature we're bringing to iPad Air is USB-C.
You love to see it. Would you bring it to the feckin' iPhone, please? So many features. That has Wi-Fi 6. It has everything I would want in an iPad. It has the nice colors, which low-key is honestly something I'd care more about. The blue is really nice. Wow.
It'll start at $599.
Not bad. Oh, Craig.
We will also be releasing major OS updates tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Dropping tomorrow. Okay, I guess we're done here. So the event's over. First off, I really want to apologize about the audio quality. I did not see that happening. Again, the first time I've ever done this format, so there were growing pain issues. If I ever do this again, those audio issues will not be a problem. So as for the event itself, I feel like Apple could have done this in a press release. They didn't necessarily have to make a video about this, but I think, you know, good on them. They have the money to spend, great production design, have fun. But I feel like any other year, any other circumstances, this would have been a press release. So we still have another iPhone 12 keynote to go, but I really hope that Apple doesn't make the MacBook or the new Apple Silicon processor computer a press release. That'd be really sad because that's such an exciting product. So what are my thoughts overall? Well, let's go through it step by step. I think Apple Watch Series 6 is a great incremental upgrade. You know, I think I like the blue color, the yellow gold. It's a great upgrade. The Blood O2 oxygen feature, very cool. It's your standard Apple Watch upgrade. And if you're not an Apple Watch customer, there's never been a better time to become one. That's basically their motto every year when they make a new one, which makes it all the more infuriating to me, the whole premise of Apple Watch SE. Apple Watch SE makes no sense to me whatsoever. And to set the stage, before they announced it, they told so many stories about people's lives being saved by the Apple Watch of all ages. You know, not just older people and adults, but also kids who found out they had heart irregularities. And they would go ahead and take those life-saving features from the Apple Watch SE. Makes no sense. I know you have to compromise to make a cheaper Apple Watch, but why would you not compromise on literally everything else? I would have taken it in plastic, I would have taken it with a black and white screen. If that got the price down, I would have taken all sorts of compromises. But to remove those life-saving health features from an Apple Watch in 2020, where, you know, the theme of the decade is, you know, about people's health, it makes no sense to me. Again, particularly because the calling card of an Apple Watch SE and Apple's strongest marketing tool in that department has been, this may save your life. And to remove those features really makes no sense to me. I think it's ethically quite weird. I think there's going to be a lot of people walking into an Apple store, and there's going to be a lot of Apple store employees telling customers, you know, you can get the SE, or for $130 more, you can get the Series 6 that will potentially save your loved ones' lives, or your own life if you're buying it for yourself. I mean, who's gonna buy an Apple Watch SE? That's something I'm really curious to hear. Like, are you guys gonna buy an Apple Watch SE? Like, I can't imagine, for example, if you had a kid and you wanted to get them an Apple Watch, why you'd get them the SE over the Series 6. I mean, are you really gonna say that your child's life is worth the $130 saving? Probably not. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense why Apple would sell this. It's an Apple Watch, you know, it's not a smartphone where, you know, it's such a necessity in life that we need all sorts of price points. It's quite like an iPad. You either have the money to buy one or you don't. And I think if you have the money to buy an Apple Watch, you're going to get a Series 6. Maybe it's Apple's way of nuancing and telling you that's how much those life-saving features are. I really don't like the Apple Watch SE. I'd be really surprised at how anyone could try sell an Apple SE to any customer. It makes no sense to me. As for Apple Fitness Plus, I really like this because I am a Les Mis subscriber, so this is right up my alley and this is so much cheaper. In fact, 1 year of Apple Fitness Plus, which is $70 US, I believe, or even if it could be $80 US, 70 I think, is the same price as I calculated it watching the event of how much I'd spent for about 5 to 6 months of Les Mis. So the fact that I can get basically a full year at half the price is incredible to me. The only two things about the Apple Fitness Plus, I suppose, would be potential issues for me is number one, how many workouts do they offer that do not require gym equipment? Because I do not have any. I have resistance bands and dumbbells, but that's about it. And the great thing about Les Mis is that they literally invented Body Attack to do really intense cardio exercises that don't require equipment. So if a lot of the Apple training videos require, you know, gym bikes or, you know, treadmills, that's no good to me. I mean, if yoga is all they're offering that doesn't require equipment, it's useless. I'll have to stay with Les Mis. The second thing is, and this is more contextual to me as an Irish person, there's a lot of appeal in Les Mis because it's Australian. And Australians and Irish have very similar, I suppose, sensibilities when it comes to things like sense of humor, motivation, and, you know, overall personality in terms of how we would, you know, say things and get on. So for an Irish person, that can be particularly motivating because it feels quite local. It doesn't feel like you're watching, you know, someone really disconnected from reality, which honestly I might feel if I'm watching an American, which I know sounds like weird content to be wanting from your fitness program, but that is something you do get with a trainer in real life, and that's been something that Les Mis has been able to incorporate quite well into their video program. And, you know, I think Apple could go quite the opposite direction and be very sterile. As for the Apple Bundle, Apple One, you know, I think it's a great price. $15 gets you a lot of things. I would have preferred, though, if I could get rid of Apple Arcade and have Fitness Plus for $15, but instead you'll have to spend $29.99 for Apple Fitness Plus and Apple News. I don't really read Apple News. I usually pay for my own newspaper services independently, so that wouldn't really have any appeal to me. I don't even think they offer it in Ireland, to tell you the truth. So I would have really much preferred getting rid of Apple Arcade and being able to bundle, choose your own bundle. I would have preferred being able to choose Apple Fitness Plus. And maybe Apple could introduce that in the future. As for the iPads, I think the basic iPad has always been great. I think even if they announced nothing, it still would have been a fantastic buy. But now with this new A12 processor, and they put new hardware inside of it, the basic iPad is very competitive this holiday season. I think it's going to be a lot of Christmas presents for a lot of people. It appeals to anyone. If you're a kid, an adult, your grandparents, anyone could enjoy a basic iPad at such a low price point. So I really like the new iPad Air. In fact, I don't know how you'd buy an iPad Pro now. I mean, you'd be purely choosing an iPad Pro for its performance capabilities, which frankly, I don't use on my iPad Pro. I've never been really able to push it to its limits. I edited my first YouTube video on an iPad Pro, but since then, haven't really pushed it to its capabilities. I mean, I watch, Netflix and videos, and I browse the web, but I don't push the iPad Pro to its limits. And the reason why, I bought one for its great design and all those features which were hot at the time back in 2018, they've now brought to the iPad Air at a much lower price point. And you get a lot of benefits with the iPad Air that you can't with the Pro. Mainly its colors. As I said before, personalization is very important. And I think being able to get it in a gold color, a light blue color, those are my two favorites, is very cool. And I also really like Touch ID. As I said before, Face ID isn't a great fit for me personally with the iPads, because if you're using them in bed or whatever, your pillow will block your face and you can't, unlock your iPad. A fingerprint Touch ID makes a lot more sense for me personally. Also great that the iPad Air now has Apple Pencil 2 support. That is the one downside of the basic iPad. I'm surprised after all these years, Apple still doesn't support Apple Pencil 2 and they still sell Pencil 1, which has such a stupid design with how you have to charge it. So that was about it. It was a very quick keynote. It was only about an hour long. Again, I think you could have done this in a press release, Apple, but some great new products you announced. And one absolutely terrible product you announced. I really don't understand Apple Watch SE. It's actually quite infuriating, honestly, to think about it and how Apple's gonna try and market this and not get those life-saving features from a Series 6, but I'd be curious to see how they do that. In fact, leave a comment below if you can justify the Apple Watch SE. I really can't justify it because, again, it doesn't seem like a non-essential product. So I'd be really curious to hear your own thoughts about that. And overall, what were your thoughts of the event itself? Did you enjoy it? Did you feel like me it could have been a press release, or did you like watching the video? If you liked this video and the live reaction, do subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then let me know if you liked it, because going forward, if Apple do more events like this, I could do more live reactions. I will definitely fix those audio issues. But thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay well, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.